Friday morning, and I just said bye to the Direct K team and the rest of the guys on that tour. They're heading back up to Makassar, 8-hour drive for them, and then I'm heading up to Saludengen, so it's going to be a 3 to 4 hour drive, and soon going to be in the land of no connectivity, no phone connection, no internet connection, which surprisingly, even though I think for lots of people sounds like a complete nightmare, it's really nice to have that complete disconnection from the rest of the world just for a couple of days. So really looking forward to that, and yeah, just feeling a different pace of life for a few days. We are having fish, gado-gado, and some soup. This is what all the Gojek rides in Bali essentially prepares you for. Again, a video. This is Saludengen. Good morning. This is the house that we always stay in whenever we're here in Saludengen. This is Mama and Papa Jerry's house, and I'm going to show you guys around. And this is the room that I always stay in whenever I'm here. Ta-da! Good morning. We are at the drying / fermentation place again today, and you can see that the covers are off the drying racks. And checking out the beans and assessing the quality. It looks pretty good. Interestingly, the beans here have very low acidity compared to a lot of the beans that we work with, like the ones from Lampung. We still have to figure out a situation for the floor though, because you can see here that it's far from ideal. You can see that the ground here is still really soft, and when it rains it gets all turned into mud, and obviously that's no good for drying. So we're thinking about putting roofing on the bottom of the drying rack, so at least there's no moisture that comes up from the ground when the beans are being dried, so at least that part's covered. You can see over there the structure, the PVC piping, semicircle structure. Essentially we're going to try and experiment with a drying tunnel structure, even though I think this setup is actually pretty decent already, just except for the flooring. It provides good ventilation, provides a lot of surface area for drying. We'll try the tunnel and see if that helps to make things easier and help the rate of drying. But if it works out well, then probably we'll convert this entire area to those drying tunnels. And back there, that is where the fermentation boxes are. You know, walking here is a little bit tricky because of the soft mud around. Whoop. But Alex and Mastian here are flipping the beans or turning them over to make sure that they get dried properly on both sides. Because if you leave them too long alone without turning them over, they get moldy on one side, especially in this. Today's weather is pretty fantastic, but then usually it gets pretty humid and wet here, especially when it's raining. You got to flip them over pretty often to make sure that the drying process is done as evenly as possible. This is the fermentation area. We've got a couple of different sizes of boxes. Only one of the boxes currently has beans in it. And these have the capacity of 300 kilos of wet beans per box. The slightly bigger ones over there, those can fit 500 kilos. Then the smaller ones as well, up front there, those can do 100 kilos of wet beans per batch. So 3 different sizes depending on how many or how much beans is being delivered at any given day where the fermentation is being started. You can see that they just kind of store the beans out here, which is not the most optimal. So we're going to build a warehouse or storage area to make sure that the beans are kept in better condition. Really surprising that they can leave the beans like this, because it shows that I think there's quite a bit of trust in the community, because if the beans don't disappear, those are high value stuff, right? Each one of those worth a couple of $100s. So it's amazing that they just kind of sit there and don't disappear. But Alex was also saying that they probably want to build a place here where they can spend the night, so to safeguard the beans, to make sure that everything will be okay. So all good so far, but you know, extra safety is never a bad idea. So we've got a thermometer here. You can see the temperature, 29.9. I think it's actually a little bit higher than this, because when we measured it with the infrared thermometer, it was actually higher. But at least this gives us a gauge on how the fermentation is going, if the temperature is increasing or not. Jadi ini kotak fermentasinya dulu sebelum tahun ini ada berapa kotak fermentasi?
Ada 6.
Tahun lalu ada 6. Tahun ini?
Kita bongkar dalam bentuk terpisah menjadi 4. Ya, yang itu baru kita ini. Masih kurang 1, masih mau lagi 1 yang lebih besar. 1 ini isi 300. Bulannya 6, kita bisa dulu fermentasi 700. Sekarang sudah, kalau semua berisi sampai 1,5 ton bisa. Nah, dulu kita bermasalah di lahan, tidak ada lahan, jadi kita pinjam saja rumah tangga orang untuk tempat itu ya, ini jadi terbatas. Itu masalah dulu. Sampai sekarang masih masalah sebetulnya, masih belum cukup. Kira-kira sepertiga dari ini sekarang. Dulu ada yang ini ada 16, yang ukuran 1 meter dengan ukuran panjang 5 meter, lebar 1 meter. Dulu ada 16. Sekarang lebih dari 2 kali lipat. Ya, kalau bisa semua produksi petani kita bisa olah di sini. Artinya ini saya perkirakan masih butuh 3 kali lipat ini luas penjemuran. Barangkali kalau lahan barangkali sudah bisa cukup kalau kita efisienkan ini jarak. Ini mudah-mudahan bisa lah. Atau ada lagi solusi lain, ada penyaringan tambahan dengan pemanas tambahan, mungkin bisa kasih lagi solusi. Karena yang masalah ini kalau musim hujan datang terkumpul. Biasa kita stop saja pembelian karena tidak ada ini ruangan space untuk penjemuran.
Ada signal? Shit. Hiking up a mountain range. And that's his farm. If you're wondering what all that noise is, we've got an egg farm up in the mountains.